Welcome back, students, again to discuss one more type of problem in compound interest. When difference between simple interest and the compound interest for the same time is given. So how to solve it? Like in this question, you can write it in your notebook if you don't have the sheet. If the difference between the simple interest and compound interest is rupees 57.60 for 2 years and the principal is rupees 9,000. Find the rate of interest. Means what is given to us? The difference between simple interest and compound interest. And which one is greater? Can you think? Which one is greater for 2 years? Simple interest or compound interest? As we know that compound interest means interest on the interest, means for first year simple interest and compound interest always the same, but for second year compound interest is different. It is more than the simple interest as it is calculated on the interest also with the principal. Compound interest is that interest which is calculated not only on principal but also on the interest of the previous year. So compound interest is always greater. And in the question it is given that the difference between simple interest and the compound interest. But we write it CI minus SI as CI is always greater than SI for the same sum and for the same time. If we change time or rate, then it can be different. Okay, but if sum is same, time is same, rate of interest is also the same, then compound interest will always be greater than the simple interest. So if compound difference between the compound interest and the simple interest is rupees 57.60 on a sum of rupees 9,000, which is given in the question. Principal is rupees 9,000. Find the rate of interest. We have to find the rate percent. For 2 years means time is 2 years. So first, we find the simple interest only by using the formula. Simple interest equals to PRT upon 100. This time it is simple interest. Simple interest means it is calculated at once. 9,000 into rate of interest unknown into time is 2 years over 100. Simple interest is always calculated at once. 2 zeros will be cancelled out, so it is 189 to the 18. 180 R rupees. Rupees 180 R is the simple interest for 2 years on this sum. And at the same time, now if we calculate the compound interest for the same sum using the formula for compound interest, we know that formula is A equals to P into, or it is the difference between simple interest and compound interest. So this time we will use the formula for compound interest only, which is CI equals to P into 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power n minus 1 equals to principal. P is 9,000. The same principal is there. 1 plus rate is same, R we have assumed, over 100 whole square minus 1. So CI equals to 9,000. Whenever they change the page, write both the signs. As I have written the left hand side of this expression CI equals to 9,000 into, now if you use the formula for A plus B whole square, or you can also use the identity of A square minus B square, whatever you find easier. A plus B into A minus B. It implies CI equals to 9,000 into 1 plus 1, 2 plus R by 100 into 1 cancelled out, R by 100. Now, according to question, CI minus SI equals to 57.60. It implies now CI is 9,000. Two zeros will be actually cancelled out, these two zeros. So you can cancel them. We have less space, so we can do some steps directly also, but don't perform this in your notebook. So two zeros will be cancelled out. 90 into R, this R can be written before the bracket, into 2 plus R by 100. Clearly it will be a quadratic equation, minus simple interest is 180 R equals to 57.60. So we have to solve this quadratic equation. 90R into, if we take LCM as 100, it is 200 plus R minus 180R equals to 57.60. It implies when we multiply whole equation with 100, in first term 100 will be cancelled out. So it is 90R into 200 plus R minus 180R into 100 equals to 57.60 into 100. It implies 90R into 200, 9 2s are 18. And 3 zeros, 18,000 R plus 90 R square minus again 18,000 R. So it will not be a quadratic equation. Actually, this 18,000 R will be cancelled out. So finally, 90 R square equals to 5,760. So R square equals to 9 6 54, 9 4 36. 0 will be cancelled. R square equals to 64. So R equals to 8. We will not write plus minus, as interest cannot be negative. It means rate of interest equals to 8%, which is very easier to find. Hope you all must have understood this. Otherwise, you can ask it directly from me in your comment box. Continue to solve the questions and continue to ask your doubts in comment box.